Welcome back everyone to the channel. This is GameChangerX and today we are going to take a look at a beta program. This is Crew 2. The game is going to come out next weekend, I think. So this weekend, this 23rd and 24th, this game is free on PlayStation at least. I think it's free on all platforms too to play as beta. So I'm going to try out different vehicles in the game and see how it feels.
Welcome to
It
the
looks
city that
sweet,
never
though.
sleeps. In this event, you'll see New York taken over by racers in a way you never could have imagined. It's not just a city, it's a playground.
The whole
for
thing
the
is
best
recorded
pilots
as
and
like
drivers
something
of
like a
today
live
and
program.
tomorrow.
That's the whole game. I know that you can drive all sorts of vehicles and planes and boats. So we get started with this vehicle. Oh man, it's too fast already. So I'm driving it already and there we go, crash. So obviously, just like any other games, they wanted to give us a taste of this sweet car. It's a Carrera, is it?
We're here
No,
today
this
to
is
watch the
a
first
GT
episode of this year's
GT
live
something.
extreme series.
Porsche,
In this
definitely.
new season, talented newcomers have a shot
But
at taking
in
on
the game,
established
actual
stars
game, it will
and
take us a
chance
lot of work to
impress
actually
all the
get
racing
to
teams
this
out
car.
here. And believe me, they're watching. And just as important, they need to generate excitement. That's how fans flock to them. And that's what it's all about, right? Become a racer, steal the show, and see your follower numbers soar.
So that's all this whole thing is about. Getting more followers and getting more money. From money, get a better car or upgrade your car and then participate in the next race. Do something cool which gets you more followers.
Speaking of soaring, get a load of that jump. There you have it, folks. The numbers are going through the roof.
So we have more followers, 350 followers. I don't have that many on my Twitch channel. That was a sweet turn. Here they will transition from car.
To the extreme.
This is a very nice way of transitioning. Look at what they did. To boat. The boats are a little more unwieldy. They have a little bit of delayed response, for which I had quite some trouble with the boats.
By winning, of course, but that's not the only way. Do a spectacular stunt like this, and the fans will come a-running. Check it out.
So that's the whole gimmick. The gimmick of the story is that you go around the world and you get more followers. And that's how you go from one levels of races to another levels of races. Okay, we got lot of followers out of that one jump.
We're 2/3 of the way through, and I believe we're watching a new star exploding onto the circuit.
So from boat, we will transition onto a plane. We'll see in a moment. Oh, that was close. See that? They've already started bending the sea.
A notch for the grand finale.
Okay, so the intro will end as soon as we are done with the plane portion. After that, it will show actually what the game is all about.
Staying sharp on the social media side. It's simple math. The more followers you have, the more followers you'll get. Sign on with your first racing team, and the second will start looking at you. pile up supporters, and the contracts will be knocking on your door. To put it another way, a driver who attracts enough followers will open up new styles of racing. We call them disciplines. You'll call them awesome. And isn't awesome what we're all after?
Yep, with that,
From
the
heart of
prologue
New York
is
City,
done.
This was the Live Extreme Series, Episode 1. Thank you for watching, and remember to follow us on all social media.
That's the introduction to Crew 2. Now, when the game actually opens up,
Now, we've
it's
got
like
4 ways
this.
we can get this puppy rolling. It's your pick. How do you want to start?
So we'll get started with the off-road race. This will actually give us a new off-road vehicle that we can use to participate in other off-road races. For an off-road location, this is perfect. But again, it'll give you a taste of one of the good vehicles for off-road for this race. But then finally, the vehicle that it gives you will be a very basic off-road vehicle. I hope the video looks as good as how it looks on my screen, because the previous racing video I put about Wreckfest, somehow YouTube's encoding made a lot of pixelation in the video, especially at the very foreground where things are moving much faster. The encoding did not keep it as clean as it was in the original video that I uploaded. So when I watch that same video in VLC player on my computer, it does not have any pixelation. So the encoding that I did could take care of it. But after it gets uploaded to YouTube, YouTube does its own video encoding on top of it, which kind of created the problem. I think it will be a problem with any kind of very fast moving surface, because the encoding YouTube does is probably just trying to make the video size even smaller. Alright, this race is done. We'll move on to the next one. So doing this actually opens this rally raid and gives us this vehicle. The very basic vehicle. So using this one, we'll have to win races and buy higher up vehicles. Now going to the street racing. Now again here they let us drive a Porsche. This street racing was like intense. Very steep curves as well as some massive jumps. And quite tricky, so you'll have to get used to the circuit. But this one just required us to finish the race, that's all. Opened up this one and gave us this Mazda. How do we test it? We drop it in the water. There you go. Moving on to the next race. So every time you get a new type of vehicle, it opens up more activities that you can do.
You know how we were talking about tricking out our rides? Now we've got the tools to do it at the house. Just no flame decals, okay?
So next we'll try out the plane. Freestyle
now try
trial.
Roll. To roll, level out your flight, then pick left or right. Move the stick in the direction you choose until you've done a full roll.
We know how roll works. We have all earned our wings in GTA games.
Time to air drift. Just hold your right or left rudder pedal down for long enough and you'll get the hang of it. Knife flight can be tricky. Orient your plane with one wing pointing straight down and you've got it.
I used to be master of knife flighting.
Try a loop. Just pull the stick back until you've gone a full 360 degrees. Now, low altitude. Take a wild guess what that one means.
This one is going
Just
to
be
be a
careful
little
not to brush
tougher.
more than the treetops, or you'll get a crash course in landing the wrong way.
What is it calling low altitude? I think depends on how low they want us to go. We are already quite low. Slowly even going lower. There you go. Now we need to hold this altitude. Okay, we got it. So with
That
that,
was
this one is
awesome.
done
Great
and we'll
flying.
get a plane. Aerobatics. We open up a new group and get this plane. Now, okay, 11
Guess
more
what? There's an
activities.
easy way for us to add followers. All you've got to do is cool stuff like flying under bridges, drifting, or taking big jumps. The more stuff you chain, the more followers we get.
You did mention not dying, so we'll try out the final vehicle, which is a boat, take part in a race, and that's where we'll end this episode. This will give you guys a good example of Q2 beta and if you like the game or not. Now, I really like these companies having these open beta. It lets us try the game out. Also, in beta or demo, it lets us try the game out and makes us, lets us do, lets us make the choice, educated choice that we like this game or not. We get to do a hands-on. And if we like the game, if we want more of the game which is being demoed, we have the ability to buy the game and then play it, right? So this time I drove the boat much better. So once you got all 4 or 5 vehicles, then it becomes like a normal racing game where you participate in different races and you try to win it. And by try to win it, you get money as well as followers. So that opens powerboat. So yep, this gives us this new boat and opens up the whole US map for us. There will be like hundreds and hundreds of different events we can do. So hopefully you guys liked it. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And I'll see you then with the next game that drops a beta or a demo.
Open the map,
I always
search
keep
through
my
it,
eyes
and you'll
open
find
for
the tools
those.
you need. I'll bet posting those babies gets us tons of new followers.
GameChangerX out.